Okay, so let's discuss about question number 1. But before I start, what happens to Xiok Zhu? Why I can't see? Can you see the exam paper actually I upload here? I mean the question 1 is a function question. If you can't see the PDF file, maybe you can try to log out and log in again. Alright, the first question is the function. So yeah, we will start to discuss about the first question. Yeah, this is for SPM-Add Math paper 1. And then I take the past year paper for SBP, which is the Sekolah Bersama Beno. Yeah, I took that paper to discuss. Okay, so the first question is, the question actually asks you to state the range of relation. So range is very simple. Range is something like you see like how many image they touch. Okay, when they say the range, right, we focus on image. So obviously you know this is object, and the other side, this one is image. So range, we focus on image only, and then we only focus on those points is connect between object and image. Okay, which is what is our range? So will be -1, 0, 1, 4, and 12. Okay, 20 is not the range because it does not connect with the object. So I will write the range will be -1, 0, 1, 4, 12, and 20. If 20 is not, yeah, I will stop here. Okay, so this is range. I think you only get 1 mark. And then the question actually say that the relation asks you to, the relation is not the function. Give your reason why this one is not the function. So in order to answer this one, of course you have to understand what is function first. So what is function? So function basically they must obey two rules. First is they can have one-to-one relation, we call function, which is we'll call one-to-one relation. Or they can accept many-to-one relation. Many-to-one relation. Okay, so only these two types we actually call it function. But in this case, you can find out something is the object B here, he connect to the two image. When object B here connect to the two image, this one we call one-to-many. So if one-to-many, this one actually is not the function. Because I say function can only be one-to-one or many-to-one. So one-to-many is not the function. Alright. So in this case, he asks you to like give your reason, then you just write many-to-one relation. Or you can write because it is many-to-one relation. Okay, because it is many-to-one relation. Or you can say it is something like because the object B connects to the two image. Yeah, you can say that also. But if you understand about the relation, then I think you write the relation thing is more accurate. This one is just the 1 mark for each, 1 mark for A and 1 mark for B, so it should be very easy. So I move on to question number 1 and number 2. So if you have any question, yeah, please stop me. Alright, this one. Okay, this one, the question says the function h actually defined as this one, h power -1x 7 equals to 7x over x minus 3, and x cannot equals to m. And it asks you find the values of m. So I know the values of m will equal to 3 straight away because what? So x cannot equals to m. This one, what the question trying to mean is if x equals to m, you will get math error. You will get math error, or you will actually get something like we call it infinity. Okay, math error. My error is so ugly. Let me write again. Yeah, you will actually get math error. So in mathematics, how do we get math error? So just any number divided by 0, you will get math error. You can try to take out your calculator, try like 11 divided by 0. We cannot divide by 0, means when denominator equals to 0, you will get math error. When denominator equals to 0, you will get math error. So in this case, my denominator is x minus 3. I cannot let my x minus 3 equals to 0. So that means my x cannot equal to 3. Correct or not? If x equals to 3, you will get math error. Because 3 minus 3, you will get 0 here. So that means x cannot equal to 3. So he asks you what is m? M will equal to 3. Okay, this is just some common sense. But I hope you understand this common sense because the 1 mark question is always come out. Alright, and then the b is just 2 mark. So in order to do b, I will not recommend you to actually find out what is hx first, then only you substitute 6 into the x. It's actually waste you so much time. So I'm going to teach you something faster. Okay, so for b, okay, so what I will do is I will try to do something like this. Okay, maybe I will call it h inverse x will basically equals to y. Okay, then I will move my h inverse to the other side, become hy. Do not want to do this method lah. I teach you another one. Yeah, this method is okay also, but then I teach you another one because it's just 2 mark. Okay, so the question say h6, right? So I assume h6 will actually equal to x. That means I move my h to the other side, I will got h inverse x will basically equal to 6. So h inverse x, I have the h inverse x equation over here, which is 7x over x minus 3 equals to 6. Then I just solve this algebra. I can easily get 6x minus 18 equals to 7x. So therefore, x will equals to negative 18. Yeah, just do like this. Because if you find hx, is going to waste you a lot of time. Yeah, maybe you have to do another 5 more steps to find out hx. Then only you substitute 6 into it. It actually take you a lot of time. So yeah, so I hope you can understand this method. This method, if you understand, actually is quite useful. Yes, I see someone actually raise hand. Yeah, for Tan, yeah, TYK, you got any problem you want to ask? Just let me take something. Yeah, you can type your question. Yes. Yeah, if you have any questions. Sorry, my internet have some problem. Later I will raise hand again. Okay. So no need to change it to hx. Yeah, actually you do need to change it to hx. In this case, because yeah, some concept you just need to understand lah. Let's say hx equals to y. You can throw the h to the other side, become x equals to h inverse y. Or sometimes h inverse x, you just say equals to y. You can throw the h to the other side, become x equal to hy. So if you understand the way actually you move your h, right, actually the whole question will seems very easy. Yeah, in this case you don't need to change into the hx. Yeah, just reply to the Sha'an. Right, so I'm going to move on to question number 3. Okay. For number 3, okay, the following information refer to the function g and fg. So you got gx and then you got fgx. Alright, so in this case, the question asks you to find fx. Alright, so for this kind of question, if I want to find fx, right, so normally what I will do is, yeah, there's few ways you can solve lah, but then normally I will like to do like this. First thing, I will let my gx equals to m. Then gx equals to m, right? Then I have my fgx. So my gx is m, correct or not? So this one we call it fm. Alright. Then what is my fgx? Equals to 6x plus a. So that means my fm will equals to 6x plus a. So in order to find fx, right, that means this one fm, this one must in terms of m. I cannot have x. I must have fm equals to something m plus something. Alright, so this is my basic idea. But then the problem is I have x here. How do I change this x into the m? Then you will need to use the first equation over here. So if gx equals to m, my gx is 3x minus 1 equals to m. So from here, I mean from 3x minus 1 equals to m, I can make my x as a subject, isn't it? So x basically will equals to m plus 1 over 3. So do you see actually this one x as a subject? If I substitute this x, I mean the first equation, into my second equation, you can find out I can actually get fm equals to 6 something m plus 8, isn't it? Then you can get your final answer. So fm so equals to 6. Then I substitute x, become m minus 1 over 3. m minus 1 over 3 plus 8. Then just 6 and 3 I simplify, I left 2. This is just 2m plus 2 plus 8. So basically this is 2m plus 10 for fm. The question asks us to find fx, so it's just 2x plus 10. Okay, yeah, actually it's quite easy. If you understand the question like this, yeah, it is actually quite simple. But there's another way. If you just fill out this method is so confused for you, yeah, so what you can do is, yeah, you can actually substitute g inverse x into the fgx. So I explain this one to you maybe in red color on the side there. So this is fgx, this is fg. In order to get f, right, basically I can substitute g inverse into here, because g and g inverse you can simplify and then you will get f. So in this case, if you want to do g inverse, then you substitute into here, yeah, you will get the same equation. So I just do a quick one for g inverse. So let's say I call, yeah, okay, I let gx equals to y. So y basically equals to 3x minus 1. So in order to get g inverse, I make x as a subject. So y minus 1 over 3 equals to x. And x actually is g inverse, right? So g inverse x basically equals to x minus 1 over 3. Yeah, you just substitute this one into fgx, you can easily get fx. If you want to do this method, yes. So I will substitute fg, and then my x basically will change into a g inverse x. It means the x over here, I will substitute x minus 1 over 3. So I get 6 x minus 1 over 3 plus 8. Then you simplify 2, you will still get 2x plus 10. Am I do some? Oh no, this is plus 1. Sorry, this one should be plus 1. Okay, so you get 2x plus 10. Yeah, you should get the same answer. But then this one you have to understand that basically if you substitute g inverse into the fg, you can simplify g and g inverse, and then you will get fx. Alright, this is some important idea. Yes, I got some raised hand for Afendi. Emma Afendi. Yeah, any question you actually want to ask me before I move on to question 4? And then Elvin Chin actually asked me divide. What's the meaning by divide? Okay, yeah, if you all want to ask me more, you can type the question. If not, I'm going to move on to question number 4. Yeah, I see some students actually typing. This is SPM 2014. No, this is actually, it's a trial paper for Sakura Rama Beno. Yeah, it's a 2014 trial paper. I'm not familiar with your syllabus. Yeah, Elvin, actually you are taking O-level or IGCSE, isn't it? This one is for SPM. So it will be slightly different. Alright, so let me move on to question number 4. Okay, this one, given that m and n are the root of the quadratic equation, so ask you to form the quadratic equation which have the root 4m and 4n. Alright, so in this case, when they say m and n basically is a root, that means if I do sum of root, basically it will equals to m plus n. I mean both of these one is the root, correct or not? If I do product of root, basically I will got m multiple n. So what I will do over here is I will change this equation into the equation which have the sum of root and product of root. So what I will do is, okay, in order to have that, I will write down the formula. This one is x squared minus sum of root x plus product of root equals to 0. So I need to change this equation into this pattern, and I have some problem over here because this symbol must be minus, but this symbol is a plus. So what I will do is I will actually change the plus to 2 minus. So I will get negative 6x later. Yeah, you might ask me why I will get negative 6x because of this one. So this is x squared minus my sum of x basically is negative 6x. It's negative 6 lah. My sum of root actually is negative 6 plus 7 equals to 0. So in this case, I know my sum of root basically equals to negative 6. So therefore, m plus n equals to negative 6. And my product of roots actually equals to 7. So product of root equals to 7. That's why mn will equals to 7. Yeah, these two information I will need to use to form my new equation, because now I have the new root. Okay, anyways, yeah, so now I want to find out my new sum of root. Okay, new sum of root, because now my root actually 4m and 4n, right? So new sum of root just that means both root I plus together. If I factorize out the 4, I have m plus n. And I know my value for m plus n, which is negative 6. So I can substitute in, which is negative 6. Alright, and then I also know my new product of root. Just both root multiple together, which is 4m multiple with 4n. This is 16 mn. And I know my value of mn, which is 7. So it will be 16 multiple 7. Then I will basically get 42,112. Alright, this is my new sum of root and new product of root. So what I will do next is I substitute into this formula, which is x squared minus x squared minus sum of root, which is oops, sorry, my sum of root actually got wrong. Yeah, I just realized that. Anyways, I can erase it. Now my sum of root is negative 6. So this one should be 4 multiple negative 6, which is negative 24. Right, so I will substitute negative 24 into my new sum of root. X plus my product of root is 112 equals to 0. So therefore, my new equation is x squared plus 24x plus 112 equals to 0. That's all. Alright, it's not really hard. So you just need to understand how to find a new sum of root and how to use your previous information to substitute into the sum of root and new sum of root and new product of root. Okay, what kind of question will need to use completing the square? Okay, for completing the square, normally you will use completing the square in field condition. So yeah, I write short form completing the square. Normally the first condition is you want to find the maximum or minimum point. Okay, you want to find the maximum or minimum value, minimum point. The second, and the question asks you to sketch the graph. Yeah, you will need to do complete the square to sketch the graph. Third, if the question asks you to leave your equation into this one, ax minus h squared plus k, into this form, basically you will need to do completing the square. Only in these three conditions you will need to do completing the square. Okay, but in this case definitely it's not. Or you solve the equation. Yeah, you can use a completed square to solve the equation, definitely. But then in SPM we seldom do that. Yeah, but you can always do that. Okay. Okay, if any one of you miss out any part, maybe you can watch the replay, because 2 hours need to finish 25 questions is a bit challenging for me. Yeah, so I will move on quite fast, not to say quite fast lah, just to make sure you can understand it. Okay, for this one, yeah, you can find out this is completing the square, but then this completing the square is not yet complete, because completing the square, the negative 1 over 3 cannot be something like this. So I will need to multiply negative 1 over 3 into the both. So you can see this is fx equals to negative 1 over 3. This is x plus p power of 2 plus is minus. Oops. So it will be minus q over 3. because negative 1 over 3 multiple for q, so it's negative q over 3. Alright, so from here, because of the negative value for a, so I know this one is the maximum graph, so my maximum coordinates will be the first x value I take inside the bracket, it will be negative p, and my y value for the coordinate will be negative q over 3. Okay, this is my maximum value for x and maximum value for y. Alright, and from the diagram, I know my maximum value for y equals to 3, so it's quite simple. That means I understand this value will equal to 3. So what I will do is I will do something like this. Negative q over 3 equals to 3. My q equals to negative 9. Alright, just do like this. And then because of the line of axis symmetry, you know your maximum value of x is always cut the middle of the x-intercept. So this is 1 and 7. The total coordinate here will be 6. So the middle one is 3 and 3. So you just 1 plus 3, you'll get 4. 7 minus 3, you'll get 4 also. So that means I understand negative p basically will equals to 4. And p is equals to negative 4. Okay, just like this. Okay, so this is complete square. Yeah, complete square always related to a graph or diagram, and you will always need to understand how to get the value from the diagram. Alright, so if sometime the question asks you to find the axis symmetry, so you just take this, they will ask you to find the equation of axis symmetry. So the equation is just this one, the red dot, which is x equals to 4. Alright, this one is called axis symmetry. Alright, he always passing through the maximum or minimum values of x. Alright, so I'm going to move on to number 6. Alright, this one is just the inequality. So the question says when hx is bigger or equals to 4, so I will substitute the whole thing over here. This is hx. So I will have 10 minus x minus 2x squared bigger or equals to 4. Then I'll move everything to the other side. So 0 equals to 2x squared plus x minus 10 plus 4 is minus 6. So therefore, the symbol will be like this. 0 will be bigger or equal because I moved everything to the other side. So this one I rearrange the equation is 2x squared plus x minus 6 will less or equals to 0. Then I will factorize this one definitely. Less or equals to 0. I will use 2x and x, and then I will use 3 and 2. In order to get positive 1, I will get positive here minus here. So this is inequality. You cannot assume 2x minus 3 less or equal to 0 and x plus 2 less or equal to 0. You cannot do that. Inequality for quadratic, you always need to sketch out the graph, and then less or equal to 0 is something below here. So of course you have to understand your value. X plus 2 basically gives you the negative 2, and 2x minus 3 will give you the value 3 over 2. So therefore I know my x should be between negative 2 and 3 over 2 because it's between here. Alright, this is how we solve the inequality question for quadratic. You always need to sketch the graph. So if let's say in this case I just change the question a little bit, I just change the question to bigger, what will happen? So I say 2x minus 3 and x plus 2 is bigger or equals to 0. So if bigger or equals to 0, what you will need to do is basically is bigger, it will be outside, right? So this one is still remain the same, negative 2 and 3 over 2. But then your x value actually will go this direction and this direction. So that means I will know my x will less than negative 2 and my x will bigger or equals to 3 over 2. Okay, this is the difference between bigger or less than in the inequality. This is how you solve it. So make sure you understand this. So I'm going to move on to 7. Okay, 7 is very simple, just indices question. So when I see 2, 4, 8, I know all of this one is related to 2 power of something. Because 2 power of 2 you get 4, 2 power of 3 you will get 8. So I will simplify this one become 2 power of 2. And then this one basically is multiple. 2 power of p plus 1. Okay, 1 over 8. 1 over 8 is 1 over 2 power of 3, which is 2 power of negative 3. Okay, this is simple indices. Make sure you understand this. So this is 2 power of negative 3 multiple with 2p plus 6. Then I will simplify. Because I know multiple means power, you have to plus it, right? So this is 2 plus p plus 1 equals to, in this case, you have to multiply negative 3 into both. So this is 2 power of negative 6p minus 18. Then both also have the same base. I can compare their power. This one called p plus 3 equals to negative 6p minus 18. So therefore 7p equals to negative 21, p equals to negative 3. Alright, just like this. It's very simple for this indices question. Okay, I'm going to move on to number 8. Okay, this log question is not really hard, but yeah, you will need some time to understand it as well. So for this kind of question, first thing, when I do the log question, I will check they have the same base or not. Obviously, they do not have the same base. Now I have base 3 and base 27. I will need to change either 3 become 27 or 27 become 3. So a lot of students will ask me, which one should he choose? So in order to do the log question like this, I will recommend you always choose the largest log, change to the smaller one. That means in this case, I will choose 27, change to 3. Okay, always choose the largest value. Okay, yeah, if you want to know why, I can explain it, but it will take some time. So yeah, so you just remember this one first. Okay, so in this case, I will copy this one. So it's log 3 2x minus 5, and then I will change base for this one. Of course, I know power, I can move in front, right? I can move in front, become 3, and then this one then only I change the base. So I will need log 3 and log 3 here. And then this one, if x plus 1 on the top and 27 at the bottom. Of course, we know log 3 27 equals to 3. We know log 3, we know actually log 3 27 equals to 3. But if you want to know why it's 3, I can show you. Log 3 27 is 3 power of 3. Then I can move the 3 in front, become 3. Log 3 will give me 1. So equals to 3. Okay? You must understand why log 3 is 27 equal to 3. And then 3 and 3 I can simplify. And log 3 and log 3 I can simplify. So I have 2x minus 5 equals to x plus 1. Then 2x minus x is 1x equals to 6. Then I'm done. Alright, this kind of question is quite simple if you do the correct in the first step. Okay, so yes, some students might ask, why can't I change the 3 to 27? So I will show you this also, because yeah, just to make sure you understand why. So in this case, I will change 3 into 27. So you basically, you can see what is happening. So I will say this is log 27 and 2x minus 5, and this one is log 27 3. Okay, and then this one is remain the same, log 27 x plus 1 power of 3. Okay, now you have some problem. How to solve this one? Log 27 3. Yes. So if you are very good in log, you can understand something, which is something I know is cube root of 27. I will get 3. So I can change the 3 into the cube root of 27. So that means indices tell us that cube root basically equals to 27 power of 1 over 3. So that means I can move the 1 over 3 in front and then I solve it. But then a lot of students cannot understand why cube root 27 will equals to 3. Not to say cannot understand. It means in the exam you might not get this idea how to change 3 equals to cube root of 27. Then if you cannot understand this one, you will need to change the base again for this one. But if you understand, so what I can do is over here I can change the log 27 3 into 1 over 3. Then the 1 over 3 I will move, I will basically divide 1 over 3 basically is same meaning with multiple 3. If you flip over this one, so I will get 3 log 27 and 2x minus 5, and this is log 27 and x plus 1 power of 3, and then 3 I can move back, will become power of 3, and then log 27 and log 27 I simplify, power of 3 and power of 3 I cut, then I still get x equals to 6. But this is the reason why I not recommend you to change the smaller value into the bigger, mean change 3 into 27, because you will have some difficulty in solving the log 27 3. Alright, so yeah, just do this lah. Just always change the biggest log to the smallest one. Alright. Okay, so I will basically move on to number 9. Okay, this one is a bit different. So the first thing is, it said if the n term of arithmetic progression is 4n plus 3, so that means I know Tn equals to 4n plus 3. This one is to find the n term, mean which term, term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4. Okay, and then the question asks you to find sum of 20 term. The question want to find S20, means sum from first term to 20 term. Alright, so that means they want to find T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus until T20. Okay, this is what the question trying to find. So in order to find this one, of course we understand the formula for Sn in arithmetic progression will be n over 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1d. Okay, this is the formula. But in order to use this formula, you will need two information. You will need a value and then you will need d value. Okay, so if you do not have a or you do not have d, basically you can't do that. You will need d value. Okay, so in order to find a and d, so I will try to find out the first two terms. Then it should be okay already. So first term is a, correct or not? So I call T1. I substitute 1 into n. So first term is 7. So I know a is 7. Then I will find out my second term is 4, 2 plus 3, which is 8 plus 3 is 11. So I want to find d. I know I can use the second term minus the first term, which is 11 minus 7. So my d is 4. Okay, now I have both of this information. Then I will do sum of 20 term equals to 20 over 2, and then 2a, which is 27, plus n is 20 in this case. 20 minus 1 is 19. D is 4. Then you will need to solve this one. This is 10, and 19 multiple 4 is 76. This is 76. This is 14, so you will get 90. So which is 900. Alright, this is how we find the sum of 20 terms. Because in the question like this, you have so little information, so you just make sure you find the first two terms by yourself, and then from the first two terms over there, you can get A and D. Alright. Okay, yeah, thanks for Natalie. I just see your 90 right now. Alright, so let's move on to number 10. Okay, this question is a little bit different. Okay, for number 10, the question says in the year 2013, the price of the handphone actually will decrease 5% each month. So the diagram 10 will show the price of the handphone in January 2013. So first this is January. So on January, the phone actually selling at 500. So I know on the February, actually it will decrease 5%. Decrease 5%. So that means on March, it will decrease 5% again, but then the 5% is actually from the price of February, it decreased 5% again. Of course, if you understand this one is a compound interest, but then of course in SPM Math, they will expect you to use geometric progression to do this kind of question. So in this case, so important to understand what is the meaning for decrease 5%. So decrease 5% is something like this. Let's say my R is 100%. Oh, not enough space. Okay, let's say my R is 100%. if I decrease 5%, I will need to minus 5% over here. So my R will left 95%. Okay, 95%, of course, I will use something like 95 over 100 because I prefer decimal. This is 0.95. Okay, this is how we find the R by decrease 5%. Okay, when decrease 5%, you just like minus 5%. If the question says increase 3%, you just do 100% plus 3%, which is 103. Okay, so decrease is minus, increase is plus. Right, so now, how do you know this question is AP or GP? Why cannot use AP? Okay, so because of what? Because it's something like this. So let's say I say this is 500. If I decrease 5% already, I will need to find my next value. Of course, you use calculator, you can know after decrease 5%, you will have 475. Now, if all the value is keep on minus 25, this one become 450, this one become 425. Okay, then this one is AP. Okay, then this one is AP. But obviously in this case, they are not working like this. Because of why? Because the next month, decrease 5% is from this value. This means it's from the February value decrease 5% again. They are not using the 500, keep on using the 500 to decrease 5%. So what you can do is, this one I know is 500, this one is 475. The next one is basically using 475 and then decrease 5%. Then basically you will get 451.25. So therefore this one is geometric progression. Because how to say, because if decrease 5% each month, this one is actually some hints telling you that this one is a geometric progression. Unless the question says something like this. The question say they will decrease 5% from the capital each month, meaning from 500 each month, then it will be AP. If you see like multiple or divide, it mean you need to use GP. Yeah. Yes, you can say like that, but it's not necessary all the case must be like this. Okay, because I do see multiple or divide is not GP, but most of the time it's like this. Alright, so yeah, this one is the GP question, because yeah, it's quite hard to quite hard to explain, because in this kind of question you will need to understand how actually he decreased 5% each month. Because decrease 5% means what? You got 500 and then you minus 5%, and then you got 475, you minus 5% again. Then you can find out, if you use calculator to minus, this one is 25, this one is 24 point something. The value is not the same, so you know you cannot use minus already. Then you have to use divide to find out actually they will have the constant values of R. Alright. Yeah, so just let me move on. Okay. So now you have the second difficulty, you have the second problem you need to solve. Now the question asks, David will bought a new handphone a day before the Christmas. So I hope you understand Christmas actually means December. Now, from January to December, now the difficult part is you have to know what value you should put for n. Of course, we know the formula for an is AR n minus 1 for geometric progression. But what is the value for n? From January to December, I know it's 12 months. But then the problem is, at January itself, he not yet start to decrease 5%. So that means I will call February become n equals to 1 in February. N equals to 2 in March. So until December, n basically will equals to 11. Because a lot of students, they might make mistake when they say December, they straight away do n equals to 12. But then the problem is at the January itself, the price is not yet decreased. So this is something you will need to understand. If you understand these two concepts, basically you can get a correct answer easily. So Tn, I will call T11 equals to A is 500, and my R is 0.95, and 11 minus So should I do this one? No. Let me think about this, because this one n equals to 1. So let me do some experiment. If t1 equals to a 0.95 power of 11, but it doesn't make sense if I call generally n equals to 1. Oh, because 1 minus 1 is 0. Yeah, then it's make a lot of sense now. Alright. Yeah, I think I do some mistake over here. Okay, because of what? Yeah, I'm going to show you this one. Yes, because if let's say when n equals to 1, let's say we do n equals to 1, I want to show actually I can get back 500. Then I can say generally means n equals to 1. Yes, because in this case, if let's say I want to find t1, t1 is 500, and then this is 0.95, this is 0.95 power of 1 minus 1 which is 0. So I can get back 500. So that's mean when n equals to 1, actually my value is still remain 500. So I cannot do like this then. Then I will call January n equals to 1. Then it's very simple. December n will equals to 12. Yes, because just now I thought when n equals to 1, he already start to minus 5%. No, actually when n equals to 1, it will still remain 500. So that this is the reason why we can call January n equals to 1. So in this case, I will need to find t12. That is very easy. So this is 12 minus 1, which is 11. Then I will get 500 multiple 0.95 power of 11. And which is you will get the price is 284.4. Okay, this is how we solve the handful question. Yeah, because you will need to get the idea, because yeah, somehow actually I confused about a question like this. Anyways, yeah, I hope I can make you understand this. Yes, so about the AP or GP part, maybe you can think like this. If the question say the salary is increased each year, or the salary is decreased each year, you see each year, each month, something like this, definitely is using GP. Because you have a lot of interest question or increased salary question, yeah, they are all GP question. Okay, but there's no 100% is like this, because you really need to understand the question. Because what's so difficult part about the hot question is they will use some tricky words in their question. So if I say all like this, then maybe you got wrong in the hot questions, or they call KBAT question. Okay, let me move on to question 11. What time now? It's 3 o'clock already. Okay, so yeah, for this question, it says the sum of the first two terms is 192. So that means sum of first 8 terms is 192. The question already tell you is AP. So I will use the AP formula, which is 8 over 2, and then this is 2a plus n minus 1, which is 7, d equals to 192. Normally, whenever I see this one, I will do like this. But let me just finish the question. And then the sum of the next 8 term is 44a. Okay, this is the tricky part. What's the meaning for next 8 term? So that means next is I will start from t9, and then I will plus t10. I will plus until t16. Okay, this is what the question trying to mean by sum of the next 8 term. You just imagine 9 to 18 is 8 term. Okay, so in order to get this term right, so what I will do is I will use sum of all the 16 term, mean from first term to 16. I minus the first 8 term. I minus the first 8 term. Then I should get 448. Yeah, this is the important concept you must get in order to solve this kind of question. So then you just substitute your formula into it, then you solve the algebra. So this is 4 is 2a plus 7d equals to 192. I will move the 4 to the other side. 7a plus 7d equals to 44, 4, 16, 32, 48. Alright, then No, you cannot use 192 plus 448 because 192 is the first 8 term. And yeah, oh yes, you can do this also. You can say 192 plus 448 equals to S16. Yeah, you can do this also. Sure. It's the same idea. Alright. So this one, I will just substitute the formula into that lah. So this is 16 over 2. Then same thing, 2a plus 15d. Okay, minus this one is something like this. So which is 8a plus 28d. I just multiple 4 into both. D equals to 448. And then we need to solve this one, and then I will need to do simultaneous equation. So this one I simplify. I have 8 here. This one basically I can factorize out the 4 here. No, it's fine. This one I just copy back. I do not want to multiple because I think I factorize it will save a lot of time for me. So this one I will copy the whole thing. 4 2a plus 7d. Okay, then I factorize out the 4 because I see 4 and 8 here. I take out the 4. Here basically we left a 2 here. So 2 I multiple into both. So it's 4a plus 30d. And then I will minus 2a minus 7d equals to 448. Yeah, just a simple algebra lah. So this is 16a. Oh, the 4 actually is for the whole thing. Okay, so 4 I move to the other side. You divide 4, become 112. Okay, this 4 I move to the other side, become divide 4. Alright, then 2a, 4a minus 2a, I left 2a. And then 30d minus 7d, I got minus 23d. Okay, now I have two equations. This is my first equation. This is my second equation. Then I will do elimination method is easier in this case because I see 2a in both sides. So I will rearrange them. So 2a plus 7d equals to 48. Then this is 2a minus 23d equals to 112. Then I'll minus them lah. So I will get, okay, minus become positive, so it's 30d. This one you minus, basically you will get, and I do something wrong. Well, okay, 48 minus 112, 64 is, which is negative 64, but the number is just not so nice. Let me check. Did I do anything wrong here? No, right? Should be no mistake, but yeah, just let me see my working. So this is not minus, this is plus. Yes, thanks for that. This one should be positive. Yeah, because 30d minus 7d is positive. So yeah, so I got wrong here. Okay, so over here 7d minus 23d, you got negative 16d. Okay, and then 48 minus 112, you basically get negative 64. So d will equals to negative 64 over negative 16, which is 4. Alright, so you got d equals to 4, you can substitute into one of the equation. Maybe I substitute into this equation. So 2a plus 7, 4 equals to 48. So this is 2a equals to 48 minus 28. So 2a equals to 20. A equals to 10. Alright, just do the simultaneous equation. But the important part is about forming the equation. If you can form the equation correctly, then everything should be alright. Okay, so let me move on to number 12. Alright, this is linear law. So for the question like this, first thing you need to do is you will need to form the equation y equals to mx plus c. So I have my y. My y later I will substitute 1 over y into it. I have my x. I will substitute 1 over x over here. But I do not have my m, so I will need to find that gradient. It's 3 minus 1 over 1 minus 2. y1 minus y2, x1 minus x2. Alright, I hope you understand, which is negative 2. Alright, I have my gradient. So I substitute y equals to negative 2 x plus c. Because I will need to find c, I can substitute any of the coordinate to find c. Let's say I substitute the first one. x equals to 1, y equals to 3. Y equals 3, x equals to 1 plus c, c basically equals to 5. Alright, so I have everything already. I have m, I have c, and then I have x and y. I just substitute everything into it. So I have 1 over y equals to -2, 1 over x plus 5. But then the question want you to express x in terms of y. So yeah, of course you can use the formula Alvin mentioned. Y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. You can do that always. Alright, so yeah, I will need to make y as a subject. So I will join this one together first. 1 over y equals to -2x plus, this one is 5 over 1, right? I multiple x here, I multiple x here, become 5x over x. And then join them together, you will get 1 over y equal to -2 plus 5x over x. Then I flip over both. So y over 1 equals to x over -2 plus 5x. Then I'm done. Of course, I will erase y minus 1 because this is not necessary. So this one is my final answer. Okay, if you do until here and you stop, actually you will be, I think you maximum can get 2 marks because the question asks you to solve y in terms of x. So you will need to do until you got this one. Why can't y want to multiple x? Oh, I multiple x for 5 because I want to join them together. I want to make sure both of them have the same denominator. Because if you do it yourself, you can find out that like -2 over x plus 5, you cannot plus them, correct or not? This keyboard is so stupid. Okay. Yeah, because they have some limit the place I can write. So yes, pen. Yes, so if imagine -2 over x plus 5, you cannot plus. So what I will do is this over 1, right? So I multiple x and x. Then I can join them together, become -2 plus 5x over x. I multiple x, just want to join them together. Okay, I hope I understand your question. Yeah, for yup. Of course, you not necessarily you will need to follow my method, but I think this is the easiest way. Because in order to flip over, right, if I say A over B equals to C over D, I can straight away flip over both. Become B over A equals to D over C. Mean I can flip over if I have 2 fractions. Mean I have 1 fraction on this side, on the other fraction on this side. Then I can flip. So this is the reason why I want to join them together. Because a lot of students, they will make this mistake. Yeah, maybe I show you some mistake most of students they will make. Something like this one. 1 over A equals to 1 over B plus 1 over C. Then a lot of students will assume this is A equals to B plus C. This is wrong. Okay, you cannot flip the fraction like this. Because one, here have more than 1 fraction. Unless you join them together, then you can flip. Okay, why I say this one is wrong? Let's say I say just random one. I say 1 over 2. This is 0.5. This is 0.5. Maybe I will say this is just a random one 1 over 5. This is 0.2 plus 1 over 6. Okay, how to get 0.3? 0.3 is 6 divided by 10. Yeah, 6. 6 over 10. 3 over 5. Just some example. No. Yeah, this is not correct. 5, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 4, 5, 4 over 5, you'll get 1. No, it's not correct also. So 1 divided by 5 is 0.2. Yeah, I'll get 0.5. So I'll get 0.3. 0.3 is 6 divided by 10, isn't it? 3. Yeah. 1 over 5 plus 3 over 5 is 0.2 plus 0.3 is 0.5, isn't it? What's wrong with my mathematics? 3 over 10. Yeah, this one is 0.6. Yes, thanks for that. 3/10. Yes, you cannot flip over this one to say that 2 equals to 5 plus 10/3. You just plus, you will know this one is wrong. Okay? Yeah. What's this? Sometimes I just can't solve the simple math. Yes. So yeah, this one I just want to show you example. This is nothing related to this question. Alright, so I just want to show you an example. You cannot straight flip over like this. You have to join them together like what I do, make them become a single fraction on this side, then only you flip over both. You flip over here and you flip over here. Alright, let's move on. I think we spent too much time on this kind of question. Alright, this one is a bit different with what you learn if you are SPM student. But anyways, I will still explain this one. I will need to explain this one. So this is area. Of course, you will need to understand the area formula. So it's 1/2, and then I call A, B, C, and repeat the A will equals to 13.5. Of course, you please make sure you understand this is the area formula for geometric coordinates. Alright, so I will move the 1/2 to the other side. I will get 27, and over here I will multiply like this first, and then minus. I multiply on the other side. Alright, I hope you understand this one. So K multiple 3, basically I get 3K, and 5 multiple -2 minus 10 plus 4, and then yeah, I have the modular symbol here, and then I will minus the other way, which is blue color, is called -2K plus 6 plus 10. Okay, then I will close it, equals to 27. Then of course I will solve this one. This one is modulus. 3K minus -2K is 5K. -10 plus 6 is -6. -6 minus 16 is -22, equal to 27. Okay, now you have some problem here because you have the modulus and you have a 27. But how to expand the modulus? So you just remember something. If you have modulus, if I open up the modulus, what I will do is I will get the positive negative on the other side. Alright, so therefore I have two possible here. 5K minus 27 equals to 5K minus 22 equals 27, or 5K minus 22 equals to -27. So I will solve both. Also 5K equals to 49. K basically is 9.8. So this one, 5K will equals to -5. K equals to -1. Alright, then you have to think which one is correct. Based on the position, K should be negative value, correct or not? K impossible is 9.8. 9.8 is somewhere here. Alright, so therefore this answer I will reject it. Okay, so this is my final answer. K equals to -1. Alright, I think you seldom see something like this lah. Open up the modulus, the other side, you will get positive negative. So I just hope you understand about this one. Okay, if you have no problem, I'm going to move on again.